The journey to the Caspian Sea. In April of the year 24, Jesus left Nazareth to lead a great caravan of camels as far as the Caspian Sea. The caravan, of which Jesus had now become the chief, traveled via Damascus through Assyria, Media, and Parthia to the area southeast of the Caspian Sea. For Jesus, this caravan journey represented another adventure of exploration and personal service. He gained interesting experiences as the leader of his caravan, which consisted of travelers, guards, and camel drivers. Dozens of people along the route gained a richer life through their contact with Jesus. The vast majority of those who met and talked with him became better people as a result, for the rest of their lives on earth. This journey enabled Jesus to gain a better understanding of the peoples of the Far East. The caravan journey was one of the most interesting episodes in the human life of Jesus because, during this long journey, he had direct responsibility for the welfare and safety of the travelers and his servant. No significant accidents happened during this journey, and they safely reached their final destination. Arriving at the Caspian Sea, Jesus relinquished leadership of the caravan, and with a later caravan, he returned to Galilee as a passenger. In April of the year 25, he arrived in Capernaum. He no longer considered Nazareth his residence. Capernaum had become the residence of his mother and his sister Ruth. His brother James also lived there with his family. But Jesus never lived with his family again. When he was in Capernaum, he took up residence with the Zebedee family. En route to the Caspian Sea, Jesus paused his journey at the ancient Persian city of Urmia for a few days to rest the camels. Close to Urmia, which is in present-day Iran, was a large building, an amphitheater, dedicated to the spirit of religion. This building was a kind of temple for religious philosophy. The temple had been built by a wealthy merchant, a citizen of Urmia. This man's name was Simboidin. Daily, there were lectures and discussions in this temple. Simboidin, or one of his 3 sons, always presided over these meetings for teaching, discussion, and debate. The founder of this particular school of religions lived and died without once revealing his personal beliefs. During his visit to Urmia, Jesus participated in these discussions several times, and before he left Urmia with his caravan, he promised Simboidin to stay with them for 2 weeks during his return journey and give lectures on the brotherhood of men. In accordance with this understanding, Jesus interrupted his return journey and gave these lectures. This was the most systematic and formal teaching Jesus ever gave on earth. Never before or since did he say so much on one subject as he did in these lectures and discussions on the brotherhood of men. In reality, these lectures were about the kingdom of God and the kingdoms of men. The students of this school lived in a kind of community. At the time Jesus taught there were 75 students who came from all kinds of different religions or religious cults. A rule of conduct within this community was that bigoted, contentious students could be expelled without further ado. This empty spot was usually filled right away by a truth seeker who was on a waiting list. The teachers of the various religions went to great lengths to demonstrate how much similarity their religions showed among themselves. There was only one doctrine that had to be accepted to be allowed to teach here. Each teacher had to represent a religion that recognized God as being supreme. Jesus taught there as an independent teacher who did not represent an organized religion. After Simboidin's death, his sons experienced great difficulties in maintaining peace among the staff. The impact of Jesus' teaching would have been much greater had the later Christian teachers who joined the Urmia faculty been more wise and tolerant. The eldest son of Simboidin, after hearing miraculous stories of the risen Christ, asked the disciple Abner for help, and Abner sent some dedicated teachers to this school. However, his choice of teachers was most unfortunate, as these teachers proved to be very intransigent and unwilling to compromise in any way. These teachers tried to let their religion dominate over the other beliefs. These early Christian teachers also never made the link that the oft-cited lectures of the caravan leader had been delivered by Jesus himself. When confusion increased in this religious institution, the three brothers withdrew their financial support, and the school was closed. Later it was reopened as a Mithras temple, and finally, it burned down during an orgiastic festival.